Okay, good morning. Today is 30th of January, year 2022 at 7:50 a.m. in the morning. And the Trinity is making an announcement and also releasing what will happen from the year 2022 onwards. They're declaring to the cosmos and to the entire world. And now I see the Trinity standing in front of the altar here, wearing white and holding three shotgun pointing towards the sky. And as they pull the trigger, bang, bang, bang. Okay, to kickstart what they're going to declare and announce in the decree that now I saw them actually standing on my right and giving me a white scroll as a word decree. And as I open it, I see is the word, the severity of God in the year 2022 onwards. Okay, in the following 5 areas, as I'm reading the decree right now, and its announcement as well as is also a macro teaching. I heard, Okay, the first area. Okay, I saw is the political arena. Okay? So I see this word, political turmoil worldwide will happen due to social unrest, arising out of joblessness, high unemployment rates, etc. These were evident. Okay, these will evident, especially with the kickstart of the World War III and IV in around approximately September or October this year, 2022. Which had been decreed in the court case in heaven, sealed the decree, and the decree had been executed. To the point of no return. Irrevocable. And I saw the Trinity standing here. Holding 3 whiteboard. Final decision. Final decision. Final decision. Therefore, political unrest, worldwide is inevitable. Henceforth, be prepared the rest of the world. Do a food stock up. If you do not want to starve to death. In most part of the country. Okay, point number 2, I saw the Trinity write on the green board. It's economically, okay, 5 things will happen. 5, the severity of God, era starting in year 2022 onwards in 5 areas as follows. First one is political arena. There will be a turmoil worldwide. Okay, will happen due to social unrest arising out of joblessness, high unemployment rate, etc. This was evident especially with the kickstart of the World War III and IV in around approximately September or October 2022, which had been decreed in the court case in heaven, sealed the decree. Okay, and the decree had been executed to the point of no return, irrevocable. Okay, the Trinity stand here holding 3 whiteboard with this word, final decision. Final decision, final decision. Okay, therefore political unrest worldwide is inevitable. Henceforth, be prepared the rest of the world to do a food stock up if you don't want to starve, don't want to be starved to death. Okay, in most part of the countries, I heard. Okay, second thing is economically. Okay, there will be a dive of world economy due to various reasons with the kickstart of World War III and IV in September, October 2022. Henceforth, it will create social unrest. Riot, breaking down, of society, due to high unemployment rate, ethnic clashes, within the society, breakdown in every level of society. A lot of countries will be depleted. Of various natural resources, economic resources, will run out of wits. Haven't got a clue. In how to tackle their own country's problem. Okay, the next area that the era of severity will take place in year 2022 onwards is financially. Okay, many countries will be depleted in their financial resources due to lack of economic activities, prolonged World War III and IV, which will last in approximate 3 years. Okay, and number 4, environmentally, okay? Environmentally, there'll be a severity, got severity on the environment. Okay, in what way? There will be a lot of ruins. In many countries, due to the bombing, bombing disaster. that arise out of World War III and IV, which will lead to the collapse of the country's internal infrastructure henceforth. This will lead to great destruction of both natural resources environment buildings in the city all forms of infrastructures so on and so forth. Okay, number 5, culturally. There will be a massive redefine of the cultures within each country's respectively as a result to fight for survival. Within the society. Henceforth, distrust will arise. Distrust arising. Scarcity of resources. Crime rates will increase tremendously. Due to all the above reasons. Solution. What must you do? Okay. What must you do? The Trinity stand in front of the TV, saying this word. Go down to your knees and pray. And reach out to us in Crown Eagles Global. For you and your family survival. Okay, the Trinity. Stand here. Holding 3 whiteboard. With the words written on these boards. That's all for our today's announcement. The end. Okay, so the Trinity stand here with the holding 3 whiteboard with this word. That's all for today's announcement. The end. Now I just saw the Trinity, okay, past the mic, and I saw Jesus wearing white. Now in the vision, I'm seeing walk into the day. And let's see what Jesus in Aaron KDV would like to share with the world at large and the cosmos regarding today's announcement on January year 2022 regarding the severity of God is at a max starting year 2022 onwards.
Okay, I'm going to read again. The severity of God's era starting from the year starting in the year 2022 onwards in 5 areas as follows. Political arena. Political turmoil worldwide will happen due to social unrest arising out of joblessness, high employment rates, etc. This will evidently, especially with the kickstart of the World War III and IV in around approximately September or October 2022, which had been decreed in the court case in heaven, sealed the decree, and the decree had been executed to the point of no return, irrevocable. The Trinity standing here holding 3 white board, final decision. Therefore, political unrest worldwide is inevitable. Henceforth, be prepared to the rest of the world to do a food stock up if you do not want to be starved to death in the most part of the country. Economically, the deep dive of world economy due to the various reasons, with the kickstart of the World War III and IV in September, October 2022. Henceforth, it will create social unrest, breaking down of society due to high unemployment rate, ethnic clashes with society breakdown in every level of society. A lot of countries will be depleted of various resources, economic resources will run out of which haven't got a clue in how to tackle their own country problems. Financially, many countries will be depleted in their financial resources due to the lack of economic activities prolonged World War III and IV, which will last approximately 3 years. Environmentally, there will be a lot of ruin in many countries due to the bombing disasters, the rise of World War III and IV, which will lead to collapse of the country's internal infrastructure. Henceforth, this will lead to a great destruction on both natural resources, environment, as well as building in the city, all forms of infrastructure, so on and so forth. Culturally, there will be a massive redefine of cultures within each country respectively as a result to fight for survival within society. Henceforth, distrust arising out of the society of resources, crime rate will increase tremendously due to all the above reasons. Solution, what must you do? Go down to your knee and pray and reach out to us in Crown Eagles Global for you and your family survival. The Trinity stand at here holding 3 whiteboard with the word written on this board. That's all for our today's announcement, the end. Okay, basically, what is happening is Jesus did warn about this. Okay? This is what we call, in Matthew 24, perilous times, means troublesome time will come. So the perilous time is involved, Matthew 24, right? World war and many disasters, and all these things, right? If you know how to read you read Matthew 24, you will know. So it's the beginning of birth pangs, correct? Just beginning only. So it's not the end, it's the beginning. So all these things are all planned. God has scripted it. Okay, so we are living in the plan of God, correct? God has scripted it. Satan had thought that he is him, that's controlling everything. So he is the one who planned all these things also. But he thought it's him, but actually it's following God's plan. Okay? So World War I and World War II has happened, right? Correct. So those people who research about World War II and World War I and II, you will know what's happening, how the suffering goes, how the people are affected and all these things, correct? So World War III and World War IV will also happen, something like that. As God said, there will be around 3.5 years around there, the duration, correct? So, why all these things happen? Basically, it's very simple, because the Bible already said very clearly already that it's going to happen. But why it's going to happen is because the man of peace have to come, which is come in peace, correct? Which already happened already. The war have been planned by so-called the man of perdition, Man of perdition. The Bible said the man of perdition will come and bring peace, and everybody will surrender their authority the nation will surrender their authority to him. So actually, in some of these protocol of the Elder of Zion, they did talk that they will have to have World War I, II, and then by World War III, the third war, even the fourth, but third war, then the world will come to a wit's end. Every government will have to know what to do, and they will have to surrender their authority to the beast. Okay? The beast actually is the beast with 10 horns in the Bible. The 10 horn is actually the 10 nations, the big 10 nations. So it's in our book. So 10 nations are the big brothers of certain areas. Like Nigeria is Africa, the big brothers. Japan, big brothers. Germany, Europe, big brothers. United Kingdom, which is two the monarch plus the government, big brothers. Germany, big brothers. US, Russia, China. Middle East is Syria, is it? If I'm not mistaken. Syria, right? Middle East, right? So basically, it is going to be happen like this, The 10 nations will greet with the man of perdition, called the man of peace, So basically, this is all planned. So what will happen is like this. Everybody will have to ask United Nations to solve the problem. Okay, United Nations is headed by some few of these so-called prominent people. They have the solution. So the solution is the Agenda 21 or Agenda 2030, something like that. So what they do is they are going to have a common law. Everybody is following this law. And that's how they're going to control everybody. Okay? With their policies for peace sake. So it already started, United Nations control so many things. So what are they doing is this called Atlas Struck. Atlas Struck is their plan. So Atlas Struck is written by this Rand, something like that. A-Y-N, Rand, R-A-N-D. He's a mistress of Rothschild, the older Rothschild. So she is a very good writer, but more than that is she wrote a lot of politics and all these things. So he's talking about Atlas Struck means Atlas is actually the god of the world that's sustaining the globe. When it's struck, the world will be in a mess. So he's talking, the story of Atlas Shrugged talk about the whole world economy is going to be shaken. Okay, so all those companies are going to close down. They will make in such a way, the policy is such, you have to follow the policy is such that actually most people will not make money on. You make money, it will be distributed to everyone. Okay? The people, so-called, they become like communist ways of governing, you know. So the government in charge is the one who set the policy. So this is what's going to happen. Okay? So in the end, economy is going to get worse. There will be no job. People will be so lost. Okay? Nothing move at all actually. Okay? So it's hopelessness to hopelessness. Okay? Until somebody had to come and solve the problem. So that is the scenario they are bringing in this World War. Okay? And also many things that they're bringing in. Like viruses and also whatever so-called volcano eruption, earthquake, and all this, all can be man-made one actually. Okay? Hubs, the hubs, HAARP, something like that, can man-made one. So they can affect the weather and cause droughts, okay? Earthquake, okay? And many things, natural disasters and everything. So what they are doing is they are actually calling humanity to surrender their right to United Nations, which is called the peace. Okay? And that's where the persecution will start. Those people who knew about this will not submit to receive the mark of the beast, or worship the beast, which is United Nations, or have the name, you know, receive the names and all these things. So it's all about whether you are part of the following the United Nations or not. So that's what they are doing. They are forcing everybody until everybody is fully controlled. So the agenda also is by the guise of sustainability. So Prince Charles is the spearheader. He spearhead this. So he's called the Prince Charles, the Sustainability Prince. There's a book about him. He's the one who started all these things actually. So he is the one who is a leader of United Nations. Say that they have to cut down the population. Okay? So together with some other prince, so-called prince of Netherlands, forgotten his name already. So they are actually going for this Agenda 21 or Agenda 203. So they are making sure that the population they have to cut down to maybe, if I'm not mistaken, it's about 500 million. So 500 million and now 8 over million, right? So you can see the difference. It's a lot of cutting down. I think 90%, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, that's what they're going to do. So how they're going to do it is very simple. That's why the Bible says those who receive the mark, it's very serious. Because you cannot make up my mind already. Because you're being controlled. Your feelings, your thoughts, you think it's you, no? But it's not you actually. Okay? So can it be nullified? I believe all things are possible with God. Okay? So I believe, which God also shows that He can do it, also can nullify it. Okay? Because there's no poison in the world or nothing in the world that don't have a cursing, something that can counter it. Sometimes it's the most simple way of doing things also, to counter it one actually. So, but whatever it is, God is in charge. So what is humanity heading to? It's heading to what? Heading to destruction, just like the Noah's time. The flood, the world flood. So God talked about the world flood, and He talked that this time it will not be a world flood. It will be destroyed by fire, intense fire. And that's where the asteroid will come and hit. But that will not happen until God's children are taken away. Okay? So when you talk about taken away, we are not talking about physically taken away. We are talking about just taken away, just drop. What's below is what? What is left behind is a corpse. That's the real taken away. It's not the being kidnapped away, or so-called something like alien abduction. It's not going to be like this, okay? Because the Bible says where the corpse is, where the eagles are, there the corpse will be. Because a lot of people thought that it's killing. It's not killing. Or they take it as take it like their rapture is physical. It's not going to be physical. It will be just dropped like this and then taken away. Then the corpse is there. Okay? Because flesh and blood cannot inherit in heaven. Cannot enter one. Okay? And in heaven you don't need a physical body. You need a physical body, a resurrected body, to be a witness to the physical people. That is the two witnesses. When they are resurrected, they will come back. After they are come out here, they will come back again. Okay? The same as Jesus. When Jesus resurrected, the saints are resurrected only and they are show themselves to all the people as a witness. So it will be exactly the same. Okay? So CEG is the last days, Noah's Ark, before the Great Destruction. Okay? And also CEG is also called the Spirit of Truth. So God promised to send the Spirit of Truth that will tell you things to come. That's exactly what it's all about, CEG. So if those people who goes to our CEG website and start to follow up, they will understand what's going on, because God is telling His children what is going to happen. Okay? And it will happen. Okay? So a lot of people might think that it might not happen, but it will happen. Okay? It will happen. Just like most people just deceive themselves saying that World War III will not happen. It will happen. Because World War I and World War II have happened, right? So World War III will happen. So people say that the world will never be destroyed. But it has been happened before. Right? All the world religion have knows about the world flood, right? So it have happened. Sodom and Gomorrah, it happens. When God destroys Sodom and Gomorrah, right? It's all still there. It's called the Dead Sea. All the area of the Dead Sea is all Sodom and Gomorrah. All you can see all the things. Okay? The so-called God's brimstone falling, right? So this is from outside one, outer planet coming down. So asteroid coming. If you really do study about asteroid, you will know that in fact those people who study asteroid and study about, in fact a lot of asteroid have missed us actually. Okay, but scientists told you that there are some asteroid long time ago that kills the dinosaur, right? It happens. Extinction, right? This happens. So, in fact, a lot of rich people are so-called the elites, or so-called even the billionaire, they have actually buying their space, in some bunkers actually. Okay. So whatever it is, some even have buy a seat to go to Mars actually. These are rich people, okay. Okay. Because like people like Elon Musk said that the world will be destroyed actually. The earth will be destroyed. Okay, so whether you believe in the Bible prophecy or you don't believe, then will you believe the people who are there one, So they are not fools, right? Neither are billionaire, right? Are fools, right? Buying bunkers and everything, right? So you have to ask yourself, what are you going to do? Right? So the only way is to be informed rather than ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is never bliss. It's better to be informed and start seeking God actually. Because it's not about whether you are destroyed physically or not. It's about eternity. After you die, what will happen? Correct? People like Elon Musk say that life it's a simulation actually. It's a simulation. Humanity is a simulation. The universe is a simulation. Everything is simulations. And it's a simulations. And God to us is a simulations. I send you into the world. Okay? In this simulation world. Okay? To see how you're going to make it back to me. By what? by what you do on earth, by what you do in this body. So you are actually what? A spirit, or so-called the New Age people say that you are a consciousness. It doesn't belong to the New Age actually. Consciousness is the truth that we are consciousness. Okay? We are consciousness, we are spirit, having a consciousness, living in this world, a body, in this plane called a carnal plane, or we call having a fleshly experience, that kind of things. So you must understand, when a person dies, it's not the end of the world actually. It's the beginning of what you have, what we are waiting for you, what you have done in this world. Can you understand? So it's important that we think of eternity. So you have to follow your heart. You can be people who are hopeless. So what hopeless do? Most people hopeless do is what they do. They have nowhere to go, correct? They have no hope, correct? So they just play out lah. They do all kinds of things, correct? So they will be lawless. After all, no hope, right? Everybody going to die, right? So some of them will say that do whatever you can not done before. That kind of things, After all, everybody going to die, right? So sometimes they have their last party, Whatever they have done, not done, you do lah, Can I? So this is what's going to happen, And they will start to treasure what have they done in their life. What have they done? And some people will also think of eternity, will start to look for God, right? So there are different people have different reaction actually. Okay. Fear will come upon everyone. Hopelessness, okay? And many, many things. But for those who really know their God, it's a different story. Correct? Because they know that they are a spirit man. They know, especially those who know their beginning, their origin. They will be very ready. Very ready. That's what we call look up. Your salvation is the end. So Jesus asks you, where are you now? Where are you now? Okay? When we say where are you, Jesus is asking about your heart. Where are you now? Okay? Are you ready? Okay? For my coming. Okay? But the problem with Jesus coming is for his bride without spot or blemishes, right? So are you without spot or blemishes? Right? And Jesus is coming for the bride called the virgin bride, right? Having the lamp burning, right? Do you have your lamp burning, waiting for your Lord, correct? Are you waiting for your Lord? Correct? Or are you just that like the world, right? Feasting and giving to marriage and doing everything that is normal, right? Then suddenly it comes, correct? So you ask yourself, are you prepared? Right? Are you prepared? And to the Christians, generally, who says that they will be okay because the Lord will take them up, in the rapture, and the world will be in a mess, and they are free, provided you're without spot or blemish, correct? Provided your heart is waiting for the Lord, daily one, correct? Provided you do the will of God, correct? Provided you are a group of people who call those who have ears, let him hear what the Spirit has to say, right? Or you are just not hearing at all, right? Correct? So all these are very important. So you have to ask yourself these questions. Are you ready? Okay? Because it will come like a thief. You miss suddenly. Yeah? So you have to look out actually. Because Jesus asked us to watch and pray, right? Correct? And to hear what the Spirit of the Lord has to say, right? And has to understand revelation, right? Correct? So we advise you to read our books, the 4 books, especially Revelation, book 3. You will see that what is going to happen in the next 30 years is going to happen. And as you see that going to happening, then you will know. You know? CJ is really, really the last days Noah's Ark. It is really the spirit of truth that the Lord is talking about. Okay? Amen?
Amen.